remember when he was about 12 years old, his parents got him some pickleball lessons with me, and I am amazed at how far he's come. And but with that, Dylan's got really, really great compact strokes. He's not going to waste any extra energy with backswings. So the hand speed at the net is amazing. I just spoke to him before the match. I said, how's that paddle feeling? He's like, I love it. It's got a lot of grit, and I can do a lot with it. So this is the second lefty we've seen this morning on Carvana Championship Court, and Donald Young, super nice guy as well. Huge serve, as you can see. And he is just going to start driving every ball just like that to Dylan Frazier, and thus far it is working.
2-1.
We were close to an upset on Championship Court, but Christian Alshon did pull out in Game 3 against Julian Arnold, 11-9. Some fantastic singles matches throughout. I always find it very interesting. In men's doubles, we definitely do tend to see more upsets than we do on the women's side. Now, the winner of this match is going to play the winner of Jonathan Martinez-Alvarez and Kaysen Campbell, which will be playing soon. Kaysen is actually my teammate on the Florida Smash. We'll be in Austin, Texas next week for Major League Pickleball. So a lot of players this week really just getting ready as well for matches next week, especially in singles. I've got some of the players I work with, they're playing singles really just to get ready for MLP more than anything.
3-2. Side out.
And a little bit of a miss on that serve. Absolutely worth it when you're getting a lot more points than you're losing going for that serve that he's got. Donald Young actually recently got certified to coach pickleball in the PPR, and I love seeing that he's not just playing, but out there teaching and promoting the sport. I think he's been a great addition to the pickleball world.
2-3.
And he falls in, gets a foot fault called, and looked like he was about to fall in. I mean, you can if you're going to have a loss of point, but the call does stand, and a little bit of an overshot.
Four, 3.
And crowds are coming in more and more here at this beautiful Lifetime Pickleball facility. This is one of the premier facilities in the country for pickleball. They have a great staff, great programming here. One of the coaches I work with often does programming here as well, and he absolutely loves it. Again, just a super powerful shot coming off of Donald Young's paddle.
Five, 4. Side out.
Copy.
Side out.
Huge forehand swing volley with Young up at the net. And I just, so much power coming from Donald Young. Again, the tennis experience, a lot easier to transition to singles when you're coming over than in doubles.
6-4.
Dylan Frazier, no tennis background. The power game is not going to be how he's going to win this. He is going to have to utilize some of his kind of more classic pickleball shots, getting some
4-6. Side out. 6-4.
Right there,
Side
great
out.
coverage off of that neck cord and being able to execute a good hold on the paddle.
4-6. Point.
Just a little bit of a miss hit there.
5-6. Point.
And
Timeout receiver, 6-6.
error right off that time.
Thank you.
Helping
6-6.
Donald Young at the 6-6. I'm Sarah Ansberry coming to you at the Veolia Atlanta
Side
Pickleball
out.
Championships, brought to you by Ensure Max Protein at beautiful Lifetime Fitness here. The sun is coming out after our rain
Can we take a
clouds
picture of
tonight.
that, please?
6-6. Side out.
Yeah, I will.
We are only midweek here in Atlanta, Georgia, so
6-6.
amateur play started today, and we are finishing up our singles part of the day. Mixed doubles will be coming up next.
Six.
And
Point.
just ridiculous two-handed backhand passing shot coming from Donald Young. And again, we talk about this a lot. Frazier is our number 8 seed. Young is our 25 seed. That doesn't always mean anything in some of these matches. Singles especially, anything can happen.
7-6. Point.
I find it so interesting.
8-6.
4 years ago, singles was just not as full of a draw as it is today.
Point.
Very often, smaller draws now, a huge impact that singles has made, and a big part of that, I believe, is the Major League Pickleball adding the Dream Breaker singles format to it. It's made players want to play
Timeout
singles more.
receivers, 9-6.
And we do have a challenge.
0-0.
So far has not been hugely successful right there. Did have some work, but that is really more what we've been seeing from Donald Young, is just solid either passing shots or just overpowering Frazier when he approaches the net.
0-0.
And great reactions and adjusted to that. And Dylan Frazier, just a phenomenal doubles player.
0-0.
Great teammate too. I played on the Austin Pickleballers with Dylan
Point.
a couple seasons ago, and his game is just getting better and better. Training with the Johnsons quite a bit, and
1-0.
just getting bigger and stronger every season. Just, he's going into the second game saying, it's not a problem that I lost the first,
2-0.
I'm willing to go 3. That right there is kind of the mentality that you see with
Point.
someone like Dylan
Timeout
Frazier,
receiver,
who's
3-0.
won tons of matches being down. He knows it doesn't mean anything. And so there he's got a 3-0 lead, and Donald Young takes that early timeout to kind of try to stop the train, stop the momentum, which is much needed. And that, I think, is that tough part. Donald Young's done a lot of training. Pickleball really getting shifted away from the tennis court, doing both, but these last few tournaments, I think he's really been better and better, working with Travis Rettenmeier a lot. And it's great to see how he's developed as a player, but it is different. It is one of those harder things to come out. It's a lot more grinding on the body than people realize. It is a Tucker trip. Look at this number right here. Donald Young, 22-4 when winning the first game. So I'm definitely curious to see if it goes into 3, because right now Dylan Frazier is expecting it to go to 3. But there's that power that I'm talking about.
Zero, 3.
And
Side out.
trying to get a little bit tricky there. It did not quite work on that one.
3-0. Side out. Zero, 3. Side out. 3-0. Point.
That time, that pressure is working. You can just see how quickly Dylan Frazier wants to keep moving. He wants the next point to start. He wants to take Young out of his rhythm as much as he can.
Point.
And what he's doing well, and this is something Dylan Frazier is, like I said before, because of his compact strokes, he's not wasting any extra energy or time by taking too big a backswing. It's very like a J.W. Johnson, Georgia Johnson. That paddle is not going to go back behind those hips for most of those shots.
Point.
And we are in a very different situation right here. 5-6 point lead right now in this second game.
Can we tie this down? It's like coming a foot and a half out.
Not during the game.
It's literally cutting off, like.
Yeah.
You see this, huh?
I see it when it blows, but yeah, not right now.
I'm in. 6-2.
There.
Side out.
And honestly, that's probably a ball that Young needs right now. A little bit of a mishit, not much that Frazier can do.
6.
And there it is again, that
Point.
cross-court lefty forehand passing shot.
1-6. Side out. 6-1.
Just
Side out.
again, Donald Young putting that pressure on. Frazier trying to challenge him back at the net, but not working.
1-6. Side out. 6-1. Side out. 1-6. Side out. 6-1. Point.
Big serve coming from Dylan Frazier. And a little frustration right now coming from Donald Young. Like we saw those stats a little bit ago. The percentages are in Young's favor, but also this is the first meeting between these two players. And I think one of those harder things when you come over from tennis is when you have an unorthodox player, someone who is going to hit some trickier balls than normal, that can be difficult.
Referee timeout. We have a challenge of the out in call. No. You're challenging.
Serving again at 8-1.
Time in. 8-1. Point.
Just really good controlled volley coming from Dylan Frazier, not giving Young much power to work with,
9-1.
to react to.
Point.
And we have a
Game
game
point.
point here for Frazier.
Ten-one.
And there it is,
Point game,
a
11-1.
clean second
Timeout
game
again.
for Dylan Frazier. Let's see if Donald Young is able to keep those high stats with winning game one and being able to close out that match. And we will have our first game, and we are back here on Carvana Grandstand Courts.
Game 3.
Dylan Frazier, I love
Time
this
in,
one,
0-0.
92 to 58 in deciding games. It's phenomenal numbers. And let's see if he can keep that train moving. I'm Sarah
Point.
Ansberry coming to you. The Veolia Atlanta Pickleball Championships presented by Ensure Max Protein. We are on day 3 here in Atlanta, Georgia.
1-0. Point.
Again, just that pressure. Frazier is continuously putting pressure on that net, just trying to make Young's target as small as possible on those passing shots.
Point.
And as much as Young has ridiculous experience competing on the tennis court and still very much on the pickleball court, it is a different world, and Frazier has the numbers
3-2.
on this court.
Side out.
And that one going just a little bit wide. And
Challenge?
it's looking like Dylan is
Referee
deciding,
timeout. We have a challenge of the
deciding if he's going to
outcall.
challenge, and
The
he
outcall puts us
is.
at
I don't think that
0-3.
was the right
We'll
one to
now proceed
challenge,
with video review.
but we will absolutely find out here. Very difficult role when you've got a lot of
After
fast-moving
review, the
parts on the
outcall
court.
stands. Challenge is lost. No free challenges remaining. 1 free challenge remaining. We'll resume play at side out 0-3.
So the call does stand, which is something Donald Young needs right now.
Time
Down in
in.
this third game
0-3.
by 3.
Point.
Again, and now that's what I think does tend to be working more is when Young is just going right
1-3.
at Frazier at the net, just trying to utilize his power.
Point.
And going for a little bit too much there.
Two, 3. Point.
Again, that does seem to be what's working. If Young is able to drive that ball right at Frazier when he's getting up to that line, he's
3-3.
not quite getting his feet set. He's not really able to do much with that volley.
Point.
And we are seeing a shift in that. And the hometown crowd of Donald Young is getting behind this little run that he has right now.
Four, 3.
An immediate challenge when Young hits that
Side
ball.
out. Referee timeout.
He
We have a
feels
challenge of
like
the out call. The out call puts
that
us at
ball
side
was
out
good.
3-4. We'll now
Frazier
proceed with video
immediately
review.
put his finger up to call it out. That is a tough one. And we've got the
After
result.
review, the out call stands. Challenge is lost. No
Again,
free challenges remaining.
No free challenges
remaining.
for
We'll now-
either side of the
we'll
court
resume
right
play
now.
at
Both
3-4.
have been almost the same. It's on the
Time
same
in.
line, practically the
3-4.
same angle. And that one
Point.
right there is trying to go side to side on Frazier. I think that better play would have been to go right back to his forehand side. Frazier immediately went to go
4-4.
cover that other angle. That's some
Side out.
great change-ups of speeds and paces. Again, hometown crowd are ready for Young to take down the number 8 seed of Dylan Frazier.
4-4. Point. Point. 5-4. Point. Timeout change ends. 6-4.
And there on the change of ends, Donald Young gets a matches.
6-4. Point.
Time that combo did work. And now you see, so we talked about this in the second game, Dylan was in charge, he was moving quickly in
7-4.
between points, is keeping that momentum. Now, in between points, he's slowing down just a tad, trying to now
Point.
break the momentum of Donald Young. You think about all those little things in pickleball besides hitting a ball when you're competing. You have, how do you utilize timeouts? How do you take momentum away, take time to yourself
8-4.
in between points and be able to kind of hold the energy on the court? And Donald
Point.
Young is on fire right now, coming from that changeover with three straight points off the bat.
Timeout receiver, 9-4.
I was waiting for that. I was disappointed it hadn't been used before. So we've got a timeout from Dylan Frazier. Good timing to use. So we will take Sarah Ansberry coming to you from the Carvana Grandstand Court. Dylan Frazier trying to stop the momentum of Donald Young right now, and that was successful. One of the hardest points to win on the court is when you are on a streak and your opponent calls a timeout, and that was successful just now for Dylan Frazier.
4-9.
Oh, and just a could have gone either way type of ball, but much needed from Frazier.
5-9. Side out.
After this conclusion of our singles match, we will start with our round of 32 mixed doubles with number 12 seed Schneeman and
9-5.
McGuffin versus number 19 seed Wang and Tellez.
Side
I think
out.
that'll be a very energetic filled match. It'll be fun to watch. Make sure you keep staying tuned to Carvana Grandstand Court for that coverage.
5-9.
Again,
Side out.
now Young finding his way to the net and taking that time away from Dylan Frazier.
9-5. Side out. 5-9. Point.
And we've seen it time and again that Frazier gets up to the net, Young hits about 3 balls, and the
6-9.
point is either over from a winner or an error on that 3rd ball.
Side out.
And there's a cool breeze coming in, which is probably much needed for a lot of players right now.
9-6.
And,
Side out.
Sideline ball from Frazier. Young obviously frustrated with himself, not wanting Frazier to creep back
6-9.
into this match. But again, now we're seeing a little bit different body language. Like I said,
Side out.
watch the movements between points, how quickly one side wants to move forward to the next versus the other.
9-6.
And
Side out.
huge serve to set himself up, but again, not being able to convert off of that 9.
6-9.
And
Point.
amazing passing shot coming from Dylan Frazier. And that is one of the toughest things to do, is close out a match, especially when you have a bigger
7-9.
lead. Frazier is creeping back in one by one,
Side out.
and Young is ready to convert some of these points his way.
9-7.
And
Side out.
he felt like he won that point right
can't
after
appeal
that,
it, you can
get an
challenge.
immediate yes out of that. And he wanted to challenge it, and the referee just told him he does not have a challenge, which I think is
7-9.
good because that ball did look long on this end. And
Point.
that is, the gap has come to 1 now.
8-9. Point.
And 9-9, and like I said, we've got Frazier, a veteran on the pickleball court,
You cannot challenge, sir. No.
and Young trying to make a timeout because he needs it right now.
You have 1 timeout left. Timeout receiver.
He was
9-9.
seen about a challenge, basically to take that timeout, and he said, no, you don't have a challenge, veteran. Dylan
9-9.
knows he can come back from anything. It doesn't matter if some errors, and he's not going to
Point.
let that get to him.
Match
Whereas
point.
Young, obviously, again, lots of experience, but not as much on the pickleball court.
10-9.
And now we have a match point from Dylan Frazier. And
Point game match.
I cannot believe that that's how that match ended. Fantastic match. In that third game, we